You know that feeling, right? You've got the perfect story, the killer punchline, but all you get back are these kind of polite smiles and blank stares. Yeah, we've all been there. But what if you could learn the secrets to holding an audience, like right in the palm of your hand?
Dear book lovers, welcome to another insight-packed book summary from Summerpedia. We're here to bring you more titles in less time.
In this episode, we're going to explore the powerful, super practical lessons from the art of storytelling by the amazing Marie L. Shedlock. Let's dive right in.
So, here's our game plan. We'll start with why this ancient art is still so important. Then we'll cover the absolute essentials of the craft, reveal some secret tools of the trade, and point out the common mistakes to avoid. We'll also get to know the author a bit and wrap it all up with a blueprint you can start using today. You know, Shedlock gets right to it. She basically says, storytelling is the original human technology. It's how we've always connected with each other, persuaded people, and passed down what we know. So this isn't just some book for performers. It's really a guide for anyone who wants their ideas to actually, stick.
So, who's this for, really? Well, are you a parent trying to really connect with your kids? Or a leader trying to get your team fired up? Maybe a writer just staring at a blank page. Honestly, if you want your words to carry some weight and be remembered, then yeah, Shedlock is talking directly to you.
Okay, so what is it that's really at the heart of great storytelling? It's not about being the loudest person in the room or being overly dramatic. Shedlock points to something way deeper, a single quality that changes everything.
Shedlock borrows this killer line from Henry James. Absence of saturation with his idea. This is it. This is the whole key. You have to be so completely absorbed, so fascinated by your own story that your audience can't help but get pulled right in with you. That passion, it's got to be infectious.
She uses this brilliant analogy from a Hans Christian Andersen story to make her point. On one side, you have the stilted reciter. That's the artificial nightingale. It's all about showing off, displaying all the technical skill, all the machinery. But on the other side, you have the simple narrator, the real nightingale. They're so focused on the story itself that the art is hidden. It feels effortless, authentic, and real. And here's the paradox, right? That beautiful, simple narration, it doesn't come from just winging it. Nope, it's the result of some serious preparation and the discipline to hide all that hard work. You have to master the mechanics so completely that you can just forget them and live inside the story. Now, once you have that foundation solid, you can start using what Shedlock calls artifices. Just think of them as the secret tools in your toolbox that create those amazing effects and keep your audience on the edge of their seats. And here are 3 of her best. First, master the pause. Right before a big reveal, just stop. That silence creates this tension that the audience is just desperate to have filled. Second, use delicate suggestion. A small, subtle gesture is way more powerful than waving your arms all over the place. And third, vary your endings. Don't always wrap it up in a neat little bow. Sometimes a surprising or a thought-provoking finish is way more memorable. All right, let's flip the script and talk about what not to do. Shedlock points out 4 common traps that can completely sink an otherwise great story.
First, don't get lost in side issues, especially when the story is getting dramatic. Second, don't change a classic story just for the heck of it. Third, if you use a word your audience might not know, just explain it. And fourth, and this is a big one, never ever over-explain the moral of the story. Trust your story and trust your audience.
And this little story perfectly illustrates that first point. Shedlock tells this personal anecdote about telling kids the story of the Greek hero Polyphemus. She got sidetracked describing what the hero looked like right at the most dramatic part. And finally, this impatient little girl just couldn't take it anymore and blurted out this question, hilariously mispronouncing the name. She didn't care about the description, she just needed to know if the monster died.
The lesson here couldn't be more clear. When the action is rising, when that tension is building, do not get distracted. You got to stick to the point and give the audience what they're craving.
So, who exactly was this Marie Shedlock? I think understanding the person behind these insights, which are over 100 years old, makes them even more powerful.
Well, according to the book's preface, she was considered to be in the very first rank of storytellers. I mean, she wasn't just some theorist, she was a master practitioner, a brilliant executant. She truly lived by the principles she taught. Conceal the art, let the story do the work, and never, ever preach. She was the real deal.
Okay, let's pull all this amazing wisdom together. Here is your actionable blueprint based on everything we've just talked about.
First, be saturated with your story. Live in it. Love it. Second, conceal the art. Practice until it feels absolutely effortless.
Use the power of the pause. Stick to the point, especially when things get exciting. Don't preach. Tacking a moral on the end is just an insult to your audience's intelligence. And finally, trust them. Trust their imagination to do the work.
When you boil it all down, great storytelling is a craft built on passion, a ton of practice, and a deep, deep respect for your audience. So with these tools in hand, the only real question is, what story will you tell differently now?
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more impactful book summaries from Summerpedia.